Hi everyone and welcome to Bujan Cybersecurity channel. My name is Shows Ernest. In this platform, I share cybersecurity threat concept, methodology of cyber attacks prevention, internet security privacy tips, penetration testing skill, and also hands-on lab. If you are new to this channel, welcome and make sure you click on the subscribe button so you won't miss any future video like this one. No matter where you are, the skills and requirement for an ethical hacker will be the same. You'll be required to have an understanding of various aspects within information security, including web application, network, and also solid understanding of computer programming. A good knowledge of this technology will be essential if you want to learn how to exploit them. The purpose of this video is to make you ready for the real-world ethical hacking test technique and also use the industry standard tools along with methodology to find vulnerabilities within machines. By the time you will finish watching this video, you should be able to be well prepared for a basic lab that's gonna allow you to do active reconnaissance and also vulnerability scanning and also privilege escalation, and at the end you will be able to find the flag on that vulnerability machine. That way you will know the password of the user. You will see also the how many user machine. Without further ado, let's jump to our lab. It's gonna be a beginning lab for ethical hacker or pen tester. So if you are interested, get on board and let's go together. Let's do it together. Here's our lab. So on this lab, as you can see here, we have our target IP address 10.10.26.145. This is our target machine. On that particular practice, we're gonna do active reconnaissance in task 1, task 2, gain access to that computer, and also task 3, escalate. Privilege escalation is very important, guys. If we are able to get in this machine, the next step is to cracking and also try to find the flags. So in order to do the inactive reconnaissance on this particular machine, what are we gonna do, guys? We're gonna use nmap sv and also script. We're gonna use a vulnerability script and put the output of the result on let's say we're gonna call it target.nmap and the IP address. We have the result right now. What we're gonna do, try to find how many ports open, and in order to see that, we have to scroll up all the way up. Here we have port, state, service, and version. And what we can do, what we can see here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 port open, but they ask us how many open port under 1000. We can find it. We have 3 port, as you can see here. We have 3 port open under 1000. Now we're gonna find the exploit. In order to see that, we have to scroll down, guys. If you don't mind, remember we saved that output. If you don't mind, we can find it for you if you want to see how you can find this output. And I'm gonna clear my terminal. Let me clear my terminal. And you can bring this command like that. Let's say, for example, you wanna see it. Where it's saved, here it is. The target.nmap, that's the file we save. We put for output. And the way you can use it, you can just type ls and target that nmap. It's gonna bring you the result. Here we go. So we're gonna scroll down to find what exploit this machine is vulnerable to. As we can see, we are looking for the host script. This is our host script, guys, on result. That tells us exactly this script, one here, it gives us the result, how we can find this result. And as you can see, guys, there's a vulnerability on MS-17. And this machine is vulnerable to a remote code access. So we know that now this machine is vulnerable to MS-17.010. What is our next step right now? Our next step is what is the name of the exploit? The exploit code is MS-17. Now what we're gonna do, we can hit Ctrl Z to exit, and we have to run MS console metasploit in order to find this vulnerability code. Sometimes it takes time, but I hope it's very fast based on your memory, on your lab. For mine, it is kind of fast. Here we go. Exactly. So we know that our machine is vulnerable to MS-17. We're gonna do a search on it. All right, here's our result. We have the vulnerability we are looking for is exactly exploit Windows SMB MS-17 Eternal Blues. Number 8. Let me scroll up if you want to see what's going on up. Okay, we have nothing interesting on up. The only thing we can target here is number 8. That's exactly the correct number we need. No payload configured, defaulting to Windows x64. Okay, now we don't have no payload configured on that machine. So what we're gonna do, guys, at your surprise, we have to use a payload. We know that we have a payload we need to run. What we're gonna use, we're gonna do that. We're gonna set payload on that machine and Windows. All right, shell. And if you hit tab, it's gonna auto-complete for you. Reverse TCP. Okay. Reverse TCP and hit enter. And at that point, we can run our payload, or if you want, we can type exploit. Exactly, but no session was created. So guess what? We want to set up a session. Before that, what we can do, we can show options. That way we can see exactly where we can create a session. What we are looking here, we are looking for host. Our host, the target host. Okay, now we have to create a session with that target host. Remember that this is very important to connect to that machine first before using the exploit. Our host and the machine IP address we have, guys, is 10.10.9.243. Is that correct? Exactly, let me know on the comment below. And hit enter. And what's the next comment is run. Here we go. We should have a win at the result. If not, we have to restart your lab machine. Here we go, guys. We have our win. The best way you can verify if you are on C or on that machine, there is a command we can run on it. So let's wait until we have the prompt command. Let's scroll down a little bit to see. It's still running. Okay, guys. Now you see we have our Windows. We are on that machine, guys. So we establish connection on that machine. So the next step we're gonna do, we have to go back to our payload. All right. Okay, we are back on our payload. If you want, you can see okay what sessions we have. Okay, we should have a shell. This is the perfect way, guys. We have our shell. That means this is the machine we are going to connect to. The next step in our lab, guys, we are going to run a post command on it, and we are going to use post and also multi manage. Sorry. All right, hit enter. Now we are in our interpreter. If you want, we can do a sessions. What are we gonna do? We're gonna do show options. And as you can see, in order to escalate to privilege escalation, we have to upgrade the session. So how are we gonna do that? We have to use set session. Sessions and number one. This is the session we are going to use, and we have to run sessions. If it fails, so don't worry. We're gonna run set session number one. All right, it should work now. Here we go. We open, we start a session. So, okay, module completed. So what we can do, guys, we're gonna do, it's open another session for us. At the end, we can verify we should have at least 2 sessions. Okay, just give it some time. It's gonna show up. Okay, let's hit enter. It takes some time. Okay, now we can do sessions and verify how many sessions we have. Okay, here we go. We have 2 sessions, guys. We have the shell x64-bit and our interpreter is 32-bit. Now the problem is during the long way, we have to have the compatibility. So in order to do that, we have to migrate our session 2. So what we're gonna do, we have to do a migration of session 2 to match with our shell, which is 64-bit. Session -I and number 2. All right. So there's a mistake here. It's okay. What we're gonna do is to migrate the sessions number 2. That way, we can have an understanding of not understanding is we can have compatibility with that machine. Okay, if you want, you can verify if you have a system utility on that machine. You can type get UID command. Oh, guys, you have full access onto this machine. You are on the system utility of these machines. If you wanted to see exactly your ID, your session ID, and remember that we have to migrate the number two onto that machine. In order to do that, we are going to do PS. That way we can see all the sessions on that machine. Okay, here we go. We have everything running on that machine. You can see, if you want, you can do who I am, who am I on that machine, and also you can see how many users on that machine. And for us, what we need here, we have the list, the process list open, and what we are going to do is to find. Okay, let me scroll down because my mouse is kind of going crazy here. Okay, we have everything here. What we are looking for is we know that we have a spooler, a printer spooler open here, running on that machine. This is one of the best way we can access this machine, guys. We are going to use one ID sessions here to migrate it to our compatibility machine. What we're gonna do, we are just going to migrate 1300. All right, let's migrate 1300. You see, this printer is running on that machine, Windows, as you can see. Now I'm gonna hit enter. We know that the process ID is 13. What we're gonna do, we are going to migrate this process ID, guys. That's it. We just need to migrate it. Migrations. Once you migrate, you cannot lower down, guys. The migration is completely successful, guys. And what is our next step? Our next step is to be able to run the password dumping, to dump a password on that machine, guys. Guys, so since we migrated, now we can do a little bit of exploit or cracking. We are going to use hash dump. If you hit hash dump, if you hit tab, it's gonna auto complete for you. Guys, we have the hash file of every user on that computer. Now the interesting part is how to convert this hash machine to be able to find the password. This is what we're gonna do in the next step, guys. And we can see we have John on that machine, we have guest, we have the administrator password, and now the interesting part is to crack this password and reveal the password. This is the flag we are looking for. We're gonna copy it and save it on a cat file, guys. Okay, we copy it, and what we're gonna do, we're gonna just save this save it or create a document and empty. All right, we're gonna call it John dash hash file and hit enter, and we're gonna paste this here. All right, good. We just need to save it. We're gonna save it again. Okay, good. Let's click replace. All right, and we can close it. As you can see, guys, I am going to use these files. That way I can crack this password. We're gonna use John. Remember, John Reaper is a powerful tool to dump onto the correct password. I'm gonna use John and John hash, and the format we need is format and format equal nt word. All right, and we have word list backslash and word key. We're gonna hit enter and let's see what we have as password. Sometimes it gives you a warning, and it's loaded 53 password hashes with no different salt. Let's see if we have our password for John password, if any processing with. It's still working, guys, so let's just give it some time to find it. Sure. Password. All right, guys, we find one password that match this thing. Make sure you click on the subscribe button so you won't miss any future video like this one.